entity owns pro wrestling. We own pro wrestling.
The men and women of AEW know that after tomorrow night, their lives will change forever. Because All Out is a defining moment in AEW history. Tonight, we welcome you to a very special look at All Out, which is 24 hours away exclusively on pay-per-view. What will happen when Cody and Shawn Spears step into the ring? Expect an explosion. What will happen when the two best tag teams in the entire world square off in a ladder match for the coveted AAA tag team titles? The Lucha Brothers take on the amazing Young Bucks. And what will happen when Hangman Adam Page and Chris Jericho collide to determine the very first AEW World Champion? Live on pay-per-view, the world will be watching.
I think it was about 4 months ago, I was standing in the ring at All In, and I was surrounded by the best fans in the entire world. I felt like I was trapped in this literal wall of sound. It was your belief and your passion. It started a fire.
The three of us and a cast of our bandit friends disrupted the very way that professional wrestling functioned. We broke all of the rules. We were eventually approached by the Khan family, and they had a question for the three of us. The question was, do you guys really want to change the world? We said, yup. They said, we can help.
The amount of interest we've generated is for very good reason. We have the best performers in the world. This is a collection of the best performers in the world. Like when I said we had the best minds, we do. But we also have the best in-ring performers, and at the end of the day, that's what's going to set us apart. I don't want to compare us to any other wrestling company. I mean, we're AEW. We're doing something very different.
If not us, who? And if not now, when?
We have a room full of hungry, talented, and gifted and people that are friends. You guys feel like my family, and there's no way that we can fail.
This giant mountain that we have to climb. This mountain is bigger than Everest. It's a mountain nobody's even been to the top of this mountain.
We're putting our names on the line.
Everything on the line.
Our careers are on the line.
I really want this company to succeed, and I really want this to be a product that puts the fans first. I want it to be something that will not only be beloved by wrestling enthusiasts, but for people that have never watched a show before in their lives.
All Elite is really just the best chance for wrestling fans to get what they've been asking for over a decade at this point.
It's an art form, and like all art form, it needs to be expressed in its own way.
AEW is AEW. It's where you're gonna see some great new talent. You're gonna see some people that you go, how come I have not heard of these people? They are so good. And they're gonna deliver a product that you're gonna enjoy. And it's an alternative to all the other stuff that's out there.
Everybody's so excited, and you see the passion and the hunger in their eyes. They're happy to be there.
All Elite, a promotion, a company that welcomes all gifted talent. We don't care about race or gender or sex or religion. If you're an elite athlete, we want you.
And it's that dare of you cannot that I think has given AEW that fire, that kinetic energy to prove the world wrong, and they have. There is something starting right now. It's in the air. People feel it. Backstage, on stage, in the stands, in the seats, in the lines, in the crowds, in the bars, at home, something's starting.
We use the word revolution because this is a revolution!
I often ask myself, did I make the right call? No one owes you anything in life. Nothing. There's only two ways to get what you want. You either earn it, or you take it. I control my life. So now is the time to push forward. Because whether you want to face reality or not, your life has an expiration date. Fear's greatest habit is paralyzing potential. So I say, to hell with fear. Now, I will dig my fingers into the dirt with everything I got. And I will pull myself forward. The question seems to follow. Did I make the right call? You're damn right I did.
This guy's gonna be a star. 10 out of 10, right?
That's exactly, yeah. No, he could potentially be a player coach, eventually a coach. Freaking great for the young guys, and he's a great hand. So I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I mean, congratulations on another great signing.
Restart this match. Wait a minute. Sean Spears? Spears with a chair shot right to the side of the head.
Touch me! What do we even pay out the security for, QT? Just security. Oh, here he is, big tough guy. What's your problem? You got a big mouth, huh? Yeah? You want answers? Let's go. Send Jim Ross. Real cute. You.
Keep moving. You got to go.
Since you asked to speak with me, which I appreciate, by the way, I've really been thinking a lot about this conversation. I don't really look at it as much as an interview as a conversation. I've always respected your work. I think you're one of the top guys in the business. I thought for years that you're a little bit underutilized in my eyes. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. You'll prove that yourself. But I got to thinking, there's got to be a reason that Sean Spears tore Cody Rhodes' head off. The fans are simply wanting to know, why did you do it? Because you're a smart guy. You're calculating. I can see that. Why did you strike Cody Rhodes in the head? Because at the side of the head, all that vulnerable area where there's not as much mass, danger zone, man. Why did you do it?
It means the world to me, you being here.
Well, thank
you. Do you know that?
Thanks.
The respect thing here is very, very mutual.
Good. I mean
Jim Ross, man. It means the world to me. I asked you to be here. You're here, and now the world wants an explanation. That's great. How long have you been in the industry, JR?
Oh, a couple of weeks, maybe longer than you've been alive.
Heartbeat, longer than I've been alive. 25, 30, 35 40 years, 40 years. 40 years. How many matches have you seen?
Yeah.
So is it fair to say in those 40 years that you have met tens of thousands of people?
Yep.
It's probably fair to say, right?
Fair.
Of those tens of thousands, how many of those people would you consider in your inner circle, your close friends? Would it be 50, 25, 10?
Maybe less than 10.
I have 5.
Well,
JR.
I'm not surprised about that. Do you feel badly about that? You have 5?
No. By design, by choice.
Okay.
5 people that I let into my inner circle, 5 people that I trust, that I planned on keeping near and dear to my heart until the day that I died. Cody was one of them. There's certain things that people in regular life you're just not supposed to do. There's certain things you don't say publicly. You don't call a woman the C word. You don't tell children that Santa Claus isn't real. Right?
Right.
In the wrestling industry, there are certain terms and certain things you also don't say, especially within your core group. Cody crossed the line, and I think you know what I'm talking about, right?
I got a good idea.
He's changed.
Cody's
He's put on a suit.
Yeah.
He's given himself a nice fancy executive vice president title, and he's saying the same damn thing that they have said for nearly 8.5 years. He's changed. You don't call someone a good hand, JR.
I'd like to think, Sean, he didn't mean it in a derogatory manner, but I can certainly understand your angst that you took it that way.
It's the curse of this industry to be called a good hand. You know this. 40 years, you know this. You understand what I'm talking about. He should know better, JR. Clearly he forgot, and that's why I wrapped a steel chair around his face at Fighter Fest. Sometimes people just need to be reminded.
You don't wrap a chair around somebody's head if you're not pissed off and you want some more. It would seem to me that you set the stage with this chair shot heard around the world, certainly around the pro wrestling world, that you want a match. And I think we all want to see this match. I don't think it'll be a wrestling match. I think it'll be more of a fight. This is my take on it. Maybe I'm wrong. But how do you settle this thing? I mean, somewhere along the way, you got to fight. What is that going to be? When do you want it to be?
We both know when that day is going to be. Bottom line is he's forgotten who he was. He was in my inner five. He forgot that I was there for the 50th wedding anniversary of his parents. He forgot that I sat at the table for Thanksgiving dinner. He's forgotten who he was.
You guys are like brothers.
We were. So it took a steel chair to remind him of one simple common denominating fact. He bleeds the exact same color that I do. So All Out, Chicago, August 31st, I'll be there. And as the old resilient Rhodes family lineage tells us, he'll show up and I'll make an example out of him.
You have no doubts he's going to accept your challenge, because I don't.
Rhodes, he's a Rhodes.
Yeah,
he needs to know face to face why. And I just so happen to have an ace up my sleeve, JR. The greatest battles and wars in history weren't won with the biggest weapons or the strongest soldiers. They were won with the greatest minds. Thanks, Tully.
JR, this interview needs to be over with.
Sure, Tully.
Everyone trusted me to make a statement on that first show. I felt that I was on another level, but it wasn't good enough. All I had to do was get past Chris Jericho.
I only know one speed. I put my foot on the gas pedal and I press it to the floor. For a while, that got taken away from me. And I'm never gonna let it get taken away again.
The real person I owe a thank you to is Moxley. You're the one that's gonna take me to the next level. You're the one that's gonna bring me back to my feet.
The legend of Kenny Omega, the greatest wrestler that ever lived. The Rembrandt, the Van Gogh of professional wrestling. And, you know, I'm hitting people in the face with cream pies and stuff on TV.
And I know that you want to make a statement probably more than anyone. And that fuels me. I'm not going to let you take the spotlight from me.
Kenny Omega, the myth, seems to think I'm some kind of joke. Well, we're going to be in the ring together. And I assure you, it's not going to be the least bit funny when I break your jaw.
Oh, wow. Oh, Moxley. Geez, I woke up today and I was told that it's not a joke and you're going to break my jaw. Yeah. And it got me really feeling scared, John, because, you know, I've seen the tough guy act and you pull it off quite well. So,
Yeah, sorry.
What's up?
Mox is out.
What do you mean?
He's out of the match. He got a staph infection.
No, for real? Yeah, who'd you hear it from?
Just got it from Cody just now.
No one.
Any further?
He didn't tell. Give me a sec.
Yeah.
Could you, just 1 sec.
Nick and I have noticed a trend lately. We've known the last several years. It feels like tag team wrestling has become like somewhat of a lost art. Our goal, our main objective, is to give you fans the best tag team division in the world.
This has been the most rewarding thing out of being an EVP to a major wrestling companies, giving these opportunities to guys that grinded their teeth for just years and years.
We've wrestled the best teams in the world, and these are the guys we want. At the top of the list was Pentagon and Phoenix.
They were the first tag team we
said
wanted.
Lucha Bros are the #1 team we want, we need in AEW. I can tell you this, like, we've lived this a long time. The Young Bucks versus Lucha Bros is definitely one of our greatest rivalries ever. You could just feel it. Like, when we're in the ring with these guys, it's just unique, it's special. You know, it kind of boils my blood a little too, if we're gonna be honest. How they have, Penta and Phoenix, they have the crowd on their side. And for so many years we've been doing this, it's been the Young Bucks show.